Hello, my dear listener. Welcome to today's cozy story time. This tale is called Attention. It's a story about slowing down, looking closer, and discovering beauty in the quiet moments we often overlook. So, make yourself comfortable, maybe with a warm drink, and let's begin. In a peaceful little village surrounded by golden fields and whispering pines, there lived a young woman named Clara. She worked at the town's library, a small stone building covered in ivy and morning dew. Every day, she arranged books, dusted shelves, and smiled politely at everyone who came in. But lately, Clara had been moving too fast, always thinking about what needed to be done next. She passed by blooming flowers without glancing at their colors, and she rarely paused to watch the soft pink sunsets that painted the sky each evening. One day, while locking the library doors, she noticed an elderly man sitting on the nearby bench. He was feeding crumbs to a family of sparrows. "They wait for me every day," he said with a smile. Clara paused. The birds chirped happily around his feet. For the first time in a long while, she stopped rushing. She sat down beside him and watched the little wings flutter in the golden light. And that simple pause, that small attention began to change everything. From that day on, Clara started paying attention to the world again. The sound of the rain tapping against her window became her morning song. The smell of freshly baked bread from the bakery down the lane greeted her like a friend. When she walked to the library, she noticed the cobblestone path sparkled with drops of dew, and the air carried the scent of pine needles and damp earth. Children waved to her as they ran past, their laughter bubbling like spring water. She smiled back, heart lighter than it had been in months. Inside the library, Clara began adding small touches, wildflowers in glass jars, handwritten notes tucked between pages that said, "You're doing great," or "Take a deep breath." Visitors began noticing the warmth that filled the space, the way sunlight streamed through the tall windows and lit the books like magic. One afternoon, a young boy shyly brought her a drawing, a picture of her surrounded by books and tiny birds. "You make the library feel happy," he said. Clara's eyes softened. It wasn't grand gestures that mattered. She realized it was the quiet care we show every day, the little attentions that make the world gentle. She looked outside. The same elderly man smiled at her from the bench, his sparrows fluttering around him. And this time, she waved back, grateful for his small reminder. Weeks passed, and Clara's life felt slower but richer. Every detail of her days glowed softly, like sunlight caught in a jar. She'd sip tea by the library window after closing, listening to the distant rustle of leaves and the laughter of children echoing down the street. The world, she realized, hadn't changed. She had. By noticing, she'd learned how much love the ordinary moments carried. One evening, the old man handed her a tiny bird figurine carved from wood. "For remembering," he said. "The world is full of small wonders, but we only see them when we pay attention." Clara held the gift close to her heart. That night, she sat outside her cottage beneath the stars. The air was cool, and a faint breeze carried the scent of jasmine. Fireflies blinked softly in the garden. She whispered, "Thank you," to the night, the stars, the world. And to you, dear listener, thank you for sharing this story. If it warmed your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and return next time for another peaceful tale. Until then, keep noticing the little things. They're where the magic lives.